So today we are starting a new unit. Some people say it's their favorite, some people say it's their least favorite. We will decide later, I guess. I like it because there are some clear and set rules. If you're like a formula person, like I want like steps of like how to do something, and it's always this way, you just follow the steps, you're always going to get the right answer, then this is for you. It's like math. It's like math, but also not like math. I don't want you to like, some people have a negative connotation when it comes to math. They're like math, and then their ears close. Yeah, is that you? No, you couldn't say. Yes, if someone had said, this unit's about math, it's all like,
It's just numbers and words.
Okay, so before we get into the math, Colton, why don't we trade? No. Why do we like import almost, I think all, if not almost all, bananas? We don't have them, and we benefit from them, and they benefit from us buying the bananas.
They give us potassium.
Yes, potassium. There we go. And so why do we trade? Because of like, we don't have all the resources. Maybe scarce resources. Right, like maybe we have too much of something, and if we sell it to other countries, we can benefit from it, like by making money, if we have too much or something. A country should not be 100% self-sufficient. It's almost impossible to be. Think of all the things we would not have if we didn't trade. First off, we wouldn't have any of those. Second off, we wouldn't have most of our clothes. I mean, I almost challenge you to find something in this room that was made in America. Because it's going to be really, really hard. Even like American brands, like Levi and stuff. Like, that's how American is that, but it's not like made in America. What, Brenda?
I was saying they talked about forced labor in third world countries.
Well, not forced. Okay, here's the thing. Hard fact. This was in the 90s-ish. I think I told this story before. I feel like I told this story before. Like in the 90s, people got all in uproar because like Nike and Adidas were using child labor in their sweatshops. And people were like, I'm mad at this. I'm angry. I'm going to boycott these brands because they didn't like that child labor was being used. But here's the thing. Child labor, like they were volunteering to work there. No one forced these children to work there. And why they would work there as opposed to other places, because it was actually better pay than a lot of other places that they could have made. And not just that, like, because of the boycotting, a lot of these Chinese and Indian sweatshops had to shut down because no one's buying it. A lot of these children still had to bring in money for their family, and a lot of them turned to prostitution to bring in money. So it's like, I care about the children. I'm not going to wear Nikes, but then it's all like, you're welcome now, child prostitute. And it's like, that's awful, but yeah, that happens. Yeah, I have a whole book about like weird economic relationships that have happened in the past, and you don't think that they're economic, but that's Freakonomics. Freakonomics, and then the sequel is Super Freakonomics. Anyway, does anyone know who this guy is? Don't I bet you do. No, not George Washington. I'll give you a hint. His name's on the board. Adam Smith, sticker. Is anyone that can tell me what book he wrote? Sorry, Max. The Wealth of Nations is correct. The Wealth of Nations is correct. Can anyone guess the year that it was written? I'll give you a hint. It was a very big year for writing documents that changed the world. 1776 is correct. It was published in Scotland in 1776. And father of modern economics, right there. Okay, so he starts off with these terms: division of labor and specialization. Does anyone know, for a sticker, what like Henry Ford is known for in terms of like how he changed like the making of things? Allie?
Manufacturing, right? Like the line.
What is that line?
The assembly line.
The assembly line. Making the Model T, yeah?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's a sticker. It's sticking on one side and there's an image on the
No, I
other.
really don't know what it is.
It's supposed to be like a cookie.
It's not a cookie.
What?
I got
What the heck?
So it's like these on the line. And what do these on the line do? Max,
Yeah.
what do these on the line do? Like before, like one person made like the entire car and it took like a week.
Each person has like a specific job.
Yeah.
And they just do their job and pass it around. And the
Exactly.
the next person does their job.
Exactly, and they specialize. Specialize means to like focus on one thing.
You know, like, I work for a Thursday, this is like the same thing.
Yeah. And you do the same thing every single day, and so yes, it's exhausting, but you also get it done faster. You're more productive. And Jessica, I don't do that. I have a heart problem. What kind of doctor am I going to go see? So you know, work for that. Stand or help around.
Cardiologist.
A cardiologist. I have cancer. What doctor am I going to see? Oncologist. I have a foot problem.
Orthopedist.
Podiatrist. And then there's all these people like, but Jessica, if I have a heart problem, why can't I just go to the podiatrist? They also went to like medical school, but they were a doctor. They did the same test, right? No, okay. So if you focus on one thing, and like Andre was saying, yeah, you get better at it. If you specialize and you focus on that one thing, you do that at something one, you get better. You get faster. When it comes to like getting faster, I think of like is anyone a grocery store, what's it called, cashier? No? You're a cashier at the grocery store? Okay, maybe you can, I don't know, an analogy. But do you know like the people that run the cashier, the produce?
The baggers?
Not the baggers, but like the produce, like they bring up like, oh, bananas. I was like, oh, so look at that. And like oranges. We have a special on the codes. Like, you know what I mean? Like they know the codes really well. That's because they specialize on like knowing the codes. It's not like they know. You do that? Yeah, there's codes in restaurants like 86.
Yeah, you just like do like some sort of abbreviations or.
Okay, well there you go. And then the third thing he said is you often invent new ways to do it better. If you're focused on the same thing over and over again, you see its problems, and you often invent new ways to do it better. So when Adam Smith wrote The Wealth of the Nations in 1776, it was published in 1776. It took him 4 years to actually write it, so he wrote it a little early. This is his first chapter. He spends like the first 30 pages telling you these three things. It takes him 30 pages to say you get better, faster, and then you get new ways to do it better. But there you go. He started off like the Bible of economics. We did division of labor and specialization. It doesn't matter what Plato said. It's not. Okay.
Well, what did you say?
Okay. Fine. What did Plato say about it? Okay, first off, what Adam Smith is saying, this is why we trade. You focus on one thing, like what have I specialized in?
Food.
Right, teaching.
Okay, you're asking.
Teaching. No, I am here. I specialize in teaching. I do it, and then I trade my money that I get for it. I like get money. Money. Kind of. You know what I mean? Okay. You get money for it, for the service that I provide, and then I trade for all the stuff that I'm not good at. I'm not good at making my own money. I'm not good at growing my own like vegetables and fruits or churning butter. I'm not good at making a car, but I am good at teaching. So I make money doing it, and then I buy all stuff I'm not good at for these reasons. He says, I agree. Well, he wouldn't have agreed. He's like way dead by the time that Aspen comes around. But Plato would have said, we should specialize in trade because we are unequal. Ooh, I guess unequal. Unequal for two reasons. Our ability, which I kind of just hinted at. I'm not good at making these things, so I and my social class. The social class that you're born into. Of course, back then you were kind of born and died in that social class, so you literally like, I want to be a prince. You can't. You're like, pick up poop. That's what you do. And you're really good at it. And then you can get faster at picking up poop, and you can invent new poopers, scoopers, scoopity poopy, and then whatever. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to say.
You don't have to write that, right?
The scoopity poopity, probably not.
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh, that was from a lecture I remembered in college. I had to write a paper about what they said.
Did you write poopy?
I did not write poopity poopy, because, whatever. I can't even say it yet. Pretty funny, I don't know. Doesn't matter, you might be edit. Anyway, let's talk about this. Was it funny? This is what we're talking about for the rest of the week. This is what our FRQ was over. Comparative and absolute advantage. Okay. Trade is simple if this is the problem that you're dealing with. Hey. There's a sticker. Can anyone tell me what kind of graph this is, Wesley?
PDF.
This is a PDF curve for an additional sticker. Can anyone tell me what type of PDF curve that is? Reyes? Catherine? It is constant. Look at that slope. It's a constant slope. And so, like, it's not going to be an increasing slope this unit. So make sure that when you draw your PDF curves this unit, it is a constant slope line. Period. Okay. Let's see if you remember how to read these. Birthday girl. What are the two things that Brazil and China can make?
Rice and coffee.
Rice and coffee. Rice and coffee, rice or coffee, those are our options. If China was to make coffee, how much coffee could it make?
2 for every 8 rice. And make 8 rice at the same time.
What?
They can make the coffee and 8 rice.
At the same time?
Right?
If it was 2 and 8 at the same time, that'd be a point that's out here.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so say not and, say or. But I didn't ask you about rice, I just asked about coffee. So let's say that China makes coffee. How much coffee can it make?
2.
How many coffees can Brazil make?
Well,
So who's better at making coffee? Brazil. What about rice? How many rice can Brazil make? How many rice can China make? 8. Who makes better rice? China. Okay, it's not racist.
Brazil's quality.
Okay, the reason that you might think it's racist is you're like, well, the Chinese eat a lot of rice. Do you know why? Because of this graph right here. Because of comparing absolute advantage. Why do, like, any culture eat anything? It's not like
It's naturally there.
it's there. They have the resources, they have the environment to grow rice. It's not racist if that's the environment. Like, oh,
Environmental risk.
no. Okay. All right. Absolute advantage. Right there. Absolute advantage is when one country can make more Yes, rice is good. Okay, when one country can make more of a good or service than another. Brazil has an absolute advantage in coffee production, they can make more coffee. China has an absolute advantage in rice production, they can make more rice. And in this case, trade is super simple. Brazil should specialize in coffee and China should specialize in rice, and then they should trade. Everyone wins. Everyone has rice and coffee if they trade. But sometimes it's not this simple. Sometimes you have scenarios that look like this. Sometimes you have countries that are better at a lot of things. So we have 2 PBS curves here. Kenzie, we have China and India. How many shoes can China make?
3.
And how many shoes can India make?
2.
So who's better at making shoes?
China.
What about cloth? How many cloths can China make?
12.
And how many cloths can India make?
5.
And who's better at making cloth?
China.
See, China better at making both. But just because China's better at making both, does that mean they should make both? And India sits around and does nothing and twiddles like their thumbs. Emily, think of the last group project that you were in. Okay? I know there wasn't thinking of. Okay. Think of the last group project that you were in. Was there someone? Oh, I'm gonna pick up someone else. Tanner, think of the last group project you were in. You got it?
Psychology, yeah.
Okay. Where?
Coach Fleming.
You took on level?
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
because I like Coach Fleming.
Oh, he's a good thing.
Is he still in this school?
Yeah, he's in the freshman wing. I never seen him.
He did world geography
Yeah,
now.
he's in the freshman. Gravy? Tanner, was there someone that just, they were India, they just not very good at anything?
I was in a non-level class. Yes.
Oh God. Okay.
That's so mean.
Most of the class was
I was in
India.
all-level classes, and look how I turned out.
Nice.
For a no incumbent, probably one of them sometimes.
How many students did you end up
When
making?
I say it, it's funny. When you say it, you just make me sad.
I'm so sorry.
Like, I
You're really good at eco.
Yeah, you're
Thank
amazing
Allie.
at eco.
Yes, folks.
Good at eco
I've only been
mathematics.
teaching it for 11 years, 5 times a day, twice a semester. But yeah.
See, Adam Smith, you get better at it. You go. No, oh my.
Tanner! Did you hear those India people? Did you give them nothing to do, or did you give them something to do?
I let them talk a little bit on the PowerPoint.
Okay. You give them a little, like, you're going to read the title slide. You're going to color. You're
Yeah,
going to pick out the font.
pretty much.
No, the language though.
You're like web digs. Like,
It was like, there was just one guy in there, I'm not going to say his name right now, but he picked like the Halloween font, and I was like, okay, dude, this isn't October, it's July, chill out.
I always let people do it. and
Not
I
July,
go
but,
back and fix it, like,
like March.
Whatever, feels like July, March. But you gave them something to do, something little that they can't screw up. So, like, if you're China as a family, you're going to give India something to do. Well, they're not good at anything. Well, that's why you have to figure out who has not an absolute advantage, but who has a comparative advantage. And it was this guy, Dave Ricardo, and he came up with the idea of comparative advantage. He says, don't do what you're good at. Do whatever you have the lowest opportunity cost in. Whoever ever has the lowest opportunity cost has a comparative advantage.
That's the only thing. That's,
David Ricardo. I don't make the test. So I have no idea.
Oh, that's
I don't know. I don't think there's any names really, but I don't know. I did that one year for psychology. It was like, know the names, and then no names. And then the next year it was like, don't know the names, not the name test, and then all the names. So I've just stopped saying things like that because, yeah.
What's your point?
I want to say that he's British, but I'm not sure. I know that like Ricardo's like, where are you anywhere?
Hey, Ricardo?
I know Adam Smith he's from Scotland. I know that. Is it ginger?
No.
Oh, I guess.
Or is that Irish?
No, Irish would be like, Kelly O'Reilly, Ryan O'Kelly.
It's not racist, it's the environment.
No, like my name's Irish and my brother's Brian. And they're both Irish names. Half Cuban, but Irish names.
That's an interesting combo.
Like, yeah, Kelly O'Donnell, Brian O'Kelly. Kelly is very Irish. My mom named us, so we had the whitest names. She's like, I don't want you guys to be like treated differently because you might be a little browner.
What's your mom?
You're super white.
You're super white. You're
Well,
like,
she didn't know when I was born that I'd be like, I'm white. My brother came out and he's all like, whoa. I didn't know that he was black. He was going, wait.
I don't know what your brother was like.
Like me, but darker. Okay.
What's your mom doing?
My mom's very dark.
No, your name, her name.
Anna. Anna.
I'm
Her maiden name was Morales Castro.
Maybe
Okay, but Castro's like Smith. They're all Castros. Probably because he has a lot of legitimate. So, here we go. I want you to make this table. If you haven't written down our PBF curve for China and India, do that now, along with this table. Because 99% of the time, the AP test is not going to give it to you in a PBF like format. It's going to be in a table format. And then sometimes they'll even ask you to draw it in a PBF curve format. So just know, be able to recognize both. We have China and shoes and Indian cloth and what they're making. Last year's FRQ was comparative and absolute advantage, and it kept me up at night. Why?
You didn't teach him, or?
Oh, I taught it, but like never has an instance, never has a situation or a question in any review book ever been like the one that they tested about. Even Mr. Clifford in a video says this will never be the case. This will never be on an AP test ever. And then they're all like, joke's on you, Mr. Clifford.
Well, what was the question? How was it great?
I'll tell it to you tomorrow.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense now. Okay. Is it ever gonna make sense? No, it was just the answer was like, who should do this? And never was the answer, never in the past has the answer been no one. But last year the answer was no one. So now it's all like, I don't know, is that a possibility when no one should do anything? Because I've always thought that someone should do something. Give the Indian kid the font. Like, you pick the font. Don't pick for these 3 fonts. You pick the font. Okay, here we go.
Give them the illusion of choice.
No one. The answer was no one.
This one looks a little prettier, but you know, you can
Okay,
choose.
big T-chart. And I'm talking about like whole page T-chart. Whole page. Wow. This table right there, and table right there. Wait, no, Alpha should not have more space. Just middle, just line with it.
Do you want the table there too?
But if you are on a new page and the table's not right in front of you, rewrite the table. If you have it on this page already, you don't have to rewrite the table. And you need to be able to see the table when you do this T-chart. So like I have to read a book for school. Like this school, I have to read a book. It's like 100, no, it's gotta be like 200 pages. But like it's size, I want to say 16 font. And it's Comic Sans.
No.
Yeah, the font, Comic Sans. In like an actual book that was published. What editor is all like, yeah, let's keep this Comic Sans. The one where it's all like, hey kids, this is Comic Sans, this is Comic Sans. It is? Oh, I thought that was- it should be, I thought this was Carter Mail. Or like, I said what? Iris, Times New Roman, Arial Narrow. I got a whole bunch going on. Which one? Okay, we got it? You good? All right, input or output. Before you figure out how to attack a problem, you have to know what those numbers in the table are. Because it says 3 and 12 and 2 and 5, but it has no other, like, directions. It has no other, like, what those numbers mean. Is that the number of bolts of cloth and tons of shoes to be made? Or is this the number of days it takes to make shoes and cloth? Because that matters. Is that the number of workers that you need in your factory? Or is that the number of boats, like boatfuls, that you are supplying? I don't know if 3 is good or 2 is good. Because if this is an input problem, then the numbers in the table is the number of resources that you need to make something. So the number in the table are the resources you need. The number of the table, that's the number of That's the number of hours it takes to make, hours being a resource time. And they're going to give you, in the instructions, they're going to give you these types of scenarios. This is the number of hours it takes to do a job. This is the number of gallons of paint to paint a house. You need gallons of paint to paint a house. That's the resources.
Hours, right?
With fish dinners and cuts? Yeah, it was hours. This is the number of acres it takes to feed a horse. You need acres to feed a horse. So Isabel, this is the number of hours it takes to make shoes and cloth. Who's better making shoes, China or India? Because they're faster. So now the 2 is better than the 3. And well, what about cloth? Who's better making cloth, China or India? India, again, because they're faster. The fewer hours means they're faster, they're better. So in this example, India has an absolute advantage in both. India has an absolute advantage in both. They're better at making both of them. But does that mean they should? Well, no, but we'll find out in a second. If it's an output problem, though, then it's completely backwards. It's different. That's not what you need, that's what you're making. The numbers in the table is what you're producing. The number in the table is what is being made. Now this is tons being made. And here are some other examples. The tons per acre, the miles that you can drive per gallon, the words you can type per minute, the apples grown per tree. This is the number that's being produced. You're producing words. You're producing apples. You're producing tons.
That changes the whole.
Yes.
So like, how do you interpret
If you interpret it wrong, everything you do from then on out is wrong. So you need to, yes. So in this case,
So they're not just going to give us a table, they're going to say,
here's a table, and they're going to say, this is the number of workers you need. That's input.
Okay.
And you do everything different from here on out. If you like do it wrong,
Yeah.
everything's going to be opposite. Because in this example, China's better. They can make more shoes and more cloth if this is what is being made. So China has an absolute advantage in both. Okay. The best way to recognize inputs versus outputs is to make some of your own. So you're going to come up here in just a second with a friend, and you're going to come up with one input of wording and one output of wording. So here's an example. Oh, if it's up here already, don't use it. So you tell me whether this is input or output. The number of bonds it takes to screw in a light bulb. Because that's the number of bonds, it's a resource. You need bonds to screw in a light bulb. That's going to be input. If it's an output problem, it's the number of light bulbs screwed in by one bond. That's it right here. Because they're screwing in light bulbs. Okay, so you're going to come up here in just a second. One input, one output for 2 of you. So get in pairs, maybe 3, 2 is best though. Because you can divide your labor into less. So I give you 1, you and me though. School appropriate. That's all I ask. No, like, how many blunts must I smoke before I go? No, and no, like, try not to be racist. Try No, I've had the honestly No. That's gonna be your fault. No. What?
So that you got example.
I mean,
Well, I feel like really heuristics are pointing to us next to each other because it's the kind of topic.
Here's the markers. And I'll give you 5 minutes in your group to discuss, like, what's your input, what's your output, go write it on the board, 5 minutes starting now. Yes.
Do you need notes? Go check my box. That's They don't have to be related to each other. That's what you're asking. It's just like, this is, which one? So if okay, then beans and resources to make something. So that would be. Yeah, so you're right. Okay, about 2 more minutes left, 2 more minutes. There's a line, you hurry up. I couldn't remember what I missed out, so they don't. I don't have correlate. Okay, well, ours correlates to yours.
Remember that dance I told you?
Why do we need to tell me
Yeah, no, I don't know what like if I will go, remember I'm just gonna I know
What'd you get on your paper in government? How'd you get a perfect score? I'm really sorry. I revised it over and over and over. Yeah, I got a 93, which I mean, I'm not that like mad about, like it's fine. But like, she kept saying like word choice on mine. It would be like a good like word. It'd be like accumulate. Really? And she'd be like word choice. I'm like, I don't know. I heard the people in the art classes got really bad grades. Yeah, like I'm fine with my grades. Like I don't care. But like some of like the things that she like kind of like marked off, I was like. Really? I think it's just like you have to write to her like viewpoint, and if it's not her viewpoint, then it's wrong. Really? Yes, that's what I think. What did you write about? I no, like it was mine, and like I wrote like perfect, like I wrote like the first one, but like some like certain words that I used to like describe the first one or like write about. I guess she wouldn't describe it as that. Yeah, or like she wouldn't like. It was just like accumulate. Like every time I wrote that, she didn't like it. How many times did you use it? Once or twice. This
Okay, 30 more
That is
seconds.
not
Raise your hand up to the
Yeah,
side.
I'm not with that. I'm more scared about Mr. Smith though. Last time I got an 85. Last time I got a 93. I keep getting 93s on papers.
I really need a 93 in my class because I'm making a B.
Yeah, I have a B right now too.
And Mr. Smith?
Yeah, I have an 85. Well, that was because I have a 0 on one of the assignments, so I need to know how it is. But
Yeah, but I need to like work on this Grendel, whatever.
yeah, and then he's like, oh, it's slow. And I'm like, what? He assigned it on, but like I started it last night, so I was like, what? He's like, due Wednesday? Like, no, crazy. You wild and Mr. Smith. Like, that's not okay.
I know.
I'm scared. He scares me.
He's scared me, but I like it.
But like his grading.
Yeah.
You should
All
know
right.
something.
Yes, that's it. And your seat. Nothing. Okay. All right, children, let's go over them. I've got my handy markers to see how well we did. Yeah, that was scratch month. And then we will shame you. Okay, this is output. This is what we are making. Hopefully these numbers are big because that means you can make a lot. How many eggs per chicken? More eggs, better the chicken. Yay. How much water it takes to fill a bottle? Well, I would say the water needed is the resources. So that's more of an input problem, not an output problem. So no, can't use. Number of cupcakes iced by baker in 1 hour. Yeah, the more cupcakes, the better. How many houses can we build in a month? Yes, we're making houses. How many gallons of milk can a cow make? Yes, more milk, more cow. Okay, that's right. More milk, better cow. How many Norwegians to shovel one driveway filled with snow? That's an input. Norwegians would be like, how many Norwegians you need, and that is an input method. You are inputting Norwegians. That is incorrect. How much pasta is made from 5 pots? Yes, I'm assuming 5 pots of pasta. How many leather jackets can be made with 1 cow skin? Yes, making jackets. How much of the AP test I can copy off of 1 person?
That is.
So more than
That is
half the
output.
problem. I'll take it. Just okay. How many activities at each club? How many activities out of each club? Oh, you're making activities at club. Yes, good. How many puppies in 1 litter? You're outputting puppies. Yes. How long will it take to make cups of confetti? I wasn't through that. Okay, I haven't thought about confetti in a long time. But how long it takes to make? How long? But it's time. That's an input. As much as I love the example, it's wrong. Okay. Okay, input now. Now we're looking for resources needed. This is how many waters it takes to fill a bottle. How many? Oh, edit. I thought it said eat. How many people it takes to edit a video? Yes. How many people's resources needed? How much fertilizer does it take to grow an acre of grass? Yes. How many people? Yes.
Goodbye, Miss Taylor.
Always look at them and they completely looking at them. How many cupcakes do you make? Yes. How much icing is needed to make 1 cupcake? Yes. How many cupcakes do we have? How much cupcakes? Yes. Yes. How many people do you have? Hey, you do your homework. How many jars of tomatoes? Oh my God, yes. I'm not like this, girl. I can Whoever saw you write that was like,
Thank you.
I'm going, what you do?
Yeah.